With Third Strike Online Edition coming out tomorrow, I'll give you this interview between Skisonic and myself. I've known him for many, many years, going way back. Check out the shirt made by Godlike Clothing for me, and Skisonic's really not that short, I'm just really tall. Alright. What's up, everyone? This is Royd. I make Third Strike videos. I have Skisonic with me, and Skisonic, very well known for commentary. You doing commentary?
I will be doing some commentary this weekend.
Which events are you doing?
I'm doing a little bit of Arcade Edition, a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I might pop in there Sunday, might not. We'll see what's up.
Do you know who's doing commentary for Third Strike? It's not me.
I do believe that it'll be Ultra David, and I'm not sure if there'll be anybody else.
Well, if anything, out of all of the well-known people, probably Gutex is a good pick for Third Strike.
Yeah.
Right?
I doubt it'll be him.
Really?
Yeah.
You doubt it'll be him?
I do.
He plays Third Strike?
Yeah, he was.
He knows the game?
Yeah, he definitely knows. He played Q when he played, but he is like one of those like student of the game types. So he's actually excited to commentate the game for this Evo.
That's pretty good. Well, he's good. He's good in commentary overall.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Third Strike for a bit. You saw Third Strike Online Edition earlier? Saw a little bit of it?
I only had to see a little bit of it, but I got to play it at E3.
Yeah,
so
it's 10:15 in the morning, by the way. We had 8 a.m. pools. We were in the same pool actually. Skisonic just qualified in winners. He did put me in losers. I didn't qualify at all, but I'm bad at AE. But you know, I'm a Street Fighter player, not just a Third Strike player. So you got to join all the events. So let's talk about Third Strike here. So we have Third Strike Online dropping August 23rd for PlayStation, 24th for Xbox. I think I might have got the dates wrong, but that sounds about right.
Hold
on. One thing a lot of people ask me is, do you think it'll bring back the game? I don't think it will in terms of like a high competitive level. Do I see it in EVO 2012? I don't think so. What do you think?
Yeah, EVO 2012 is a very tall order. I think that it's not impossible, but it's just outside of the realm of feasibility, because for a game to be at EVO, it has to have a pretty sizable scene, and I'm not sure that Third Strike will sustain itself to that time. Like, I really think that it'll pick up for a while, and I think that it's a type of game that a lot of the newer players will actually enjoy a little bit, but I'm not sure if it'll like push those tournament numbers to get it back into EVO. And also at EVO they are, I'm not sure how their stance is on particular games, but I know that they don't like to bring games back.
Yeah, that's really it. People mentioned that HGR came back, but you got to think about it. ST never really left.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Right?
They never left.
ST never really left, so it's not like they brought Street Fighter 2 back. It was kind of still there. Third Strike, it was kind of fading out when, in 2009, I was here for 2009, and it was a team tournament format. That's kind of like the beginning of the end for a lot of things. And to be honest with you, I think Third Strike, even though I love the game, I love Third Strike, I think it should have died a couple years ago. I mean, the only reason why it did last so long is probably because of Daigo versus Justin.
Yeah.
I think the year after that epic match onward, the numbers were crazy for Third Strike. They were the highest, maybe.
Right.
But I think it would have died if that didn't happen. What do you think?
Definitely. Before that, it was interesting because Third Strike wasn't a tournament game, right? I think that was the first year that Third Strike was back as a tournament game, because people were just like, bring back Third Strike, bring back Third Strike. But it's not like there were a number of other games to go on the roster or whatever. It was kind of like Third Strike is finally getting its chance, if I'm not mistaken. When I first came into the scene, Third Strike had already been out, but it wasn't one of the regular tournament games. It experienced this odd resurgence that no other game has had.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it at first. I think to this day, a lot of the top players don't like it.
Yeah.
Do you play Third Strike?
I played a little bit.
Right. So, what games did you play, or do you play? Let's talk about your entire competitive career.
Okay. I came in on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was like
Marvel 2, probably one of the best Psylocks.
Yeah.
Close. I remember that.
Yeah, I got a Psylocke.
Because I'm actually a Marvel player too. I'm really bad, but I still play it. I'll play whatever game comes out. All right. So Marvel 2. What else did you play?
Capcom vs. SNK 2.
CVS 2. I played that as well. I came top 30. I came 33rd one Evo.
Yeah, I came 16. I'm 16 one Evo.
South Field.
Yeah.
South Field. Right, you came top 16.
Yeah,
that's
the
crazy.
last Evo for CBS 2.
I can't come top 16 if it's not like Third Strike or anything like that. I've only done that like once anyway. All right, so what other games? Like Guilty Gear, TVC.
Yeah.
You play Guilty Gear as well?
I played a little bit of Guilty Gear. That was one of the games that didn't pick up so well in my scene when I was trying to like get people to play it. And kind of later on the scene built up, but I was far more into like Marvel 2, like really, really hardcore at the time. I played a little bit. My main games would definitely be initially Marvel 2 and CVS 2. I spent some time in London, and that was really when I got like down with Third Strike, and because that was
There's a
mainly
big
the
scene
game
in
that they
London?
played. Yeah,
They're really good there?
they were really good at the time. This was a long time ago, and
I heard they have some pretty good players there.
they definitely.
I think Ryan Hart beat Justin one time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Ryan Hart is obviously like a talent. Like not even speaking on Ryan Hart, but the rest of the players there, it's a good crowd. But Ryan Hart is obviously world class.
So let's think about top players for a 2nd. Any top player that you can think of, like Alex Weiss and like Watson's, whatever. How many of them played Third Strike and actually tried to learn the actual game? Do you think? It doesn't seem like a lot of them actually did.
Yeah, I think, like I said, up until that Daigo parry, the game was very, very niche. And then it exploded. It was the biggest Evo game for like the next few years.
Right.
And that was really surprising. So that kind of forced a lot of the OGs to come out at that point and learn the intricacies. I know Valle put in some time around that
And
time.
he's really good too.
Right,
He's
right.
like Ken and Ryu, right?
Right.
Respect for that. Same.
Yeah.
I use the same characters as well.
Yeah, and the same with Watson. He specifically told me, I'm not sure which year it was it 06 when Third Strike was one game?
I think that was
06 or
07.
right.
I think that was 07.
Okay, so Watson told me that he had not actually practiced that game up until that point, and he was like 1 or 2 matches away from qualifying. So he decided to practice the next year, but he only practiced for like a couple weeks. The thing about that game is, I mean, aside from the parries and the universal overheads, you know, it's still Street Fighter-y. And like, that's what those guys were really getting by on. Like, they were fitting their gameplay around Third Strike more so than they were actually learning the little idiosyncrasies of the engine. Valle is a guy that will really, really sit down and take some time. Like he does option selects, and like it doesn't really seem like it. You know, it seems like he's playing all wild, but then this ultra comes out and it covers your backdash. You're like, I guess that he was actually playing very cleanly. But Watson is you can kind of see a little bit more what's going on, and with like a game like Third Strike, he's just playing like his game. And the same with like Choi, and I think with a lot of those guys. The Third Strike specialists are the guys that you know are the specialists, like yourself, like a Pyro Lee, you know, like an Amir.
I'm nowhere near Pyro Lee.
Like
Amir's, his chun's crazy.
Yeah, and even 5-star, you know, all those guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really good. It seems like a lot of players don't like Third Strike. I'm not sure really why. And then I'm not talking about like Watson or Valle or anything like that. It seems like a lot of the top players that try to even transition into Third Strike, they end up doing really well, but they seem to use Chun-Li, and I hate Chun-Li for one thing, right? So what do you think of Chun-Li in Third Strike? Do you think she's a bitch?
She's definitely a bitch.
I think she's a bitch as well.
She's definitely a bitch.
I just think she's really easy to use.
Yeah, and well, especially if you like know Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, like there's the high-low, there's the throw with the counter throw, there's the crazy option selects, which we're going to go into in another video. But Third Strike Online Edition, a lot of people are talking about it, and I'm not sure what to think of it. It looks really good. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think of all the features that you know? Like the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
The YouTube feature's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm really anxious to see like how YouTube explodes with Third Strike footage. That's another reason why the game, it is hard to call how the popularity of this game is going to be. You know, there are going to be tons of videos on YouTube, and there's going to be all this chatter about the game that really couldn't have existed. So every game that comes out now, it's a little bit harder to call than we could in the past. I like what I've seen from the game so far. You know, I took some time at E3, and Derek Neal, the producer of the game, or director acting actually, he told me, you know, sit down and do the trials. He's like, you play Necro, do the Necro trials. And I'm like, dude, you know, like, I'm a casual hardcore Third Strike player. Like, I'm not very good at this game.
Are you an achievement whore? Like, when in terms of Xbox?
No. So I was just like, dude, I don't even care. Right, I don't even care. But I did. I sat down. I sat through Necro's trials a little bit, and I got to the 5th trial, and it's the 6 elbow. Now, like I said, I've been playing games since
Against
2004.
Urian?
Yeah, against Urian. I have never actually done that combo. And I used to actually play in, you know, PS2. I practiced the game a little bit. I entered Third Strike at Evo a couple of times. I was in there. I've never done this combo.
It's pretty much one of those one frame, and there's no planking or anything like that.
Right, but I got it in less than 10 minutes on the 3SOE. So I'm a believer that game is a better replicant of the arcade version than anything else. Because I would look at that combo in the arcade, or look at some videos of Sugiyama hitting it, and I'm like, I think I could do that.
It looks like it's easy to do. It's just one move over and over again.
It just looks like doable. You know, like even if I can only get it once, I should be able to get it once, even if it's really tight. I feel confident in my dexterity and my timing. I should be able to get it once. And I basically didn't get it for 5 years. And then I got it in like 10 minutes. So that sticks out to me about Third Strike Online. Like, I really feel like the speed and everything will be great. I know that there are a ton of particulars that Third Strike enthusiasts like herself will be really pleased about. Like, Derek actually went into a lot of detail about those little idiosyncrasies that had been changed from the arcade to the PS2 version, and a lot of those things are actually done deliberately. The one that he brought up was Akuma's forward medium punch being unthrowable for 2 frames.
Yeah.
In the arcade version, that's not like that on the PS2 version. They brought that back on Third Strike Online Edition, and he was telling me that, like, that was not like that was not something that was actually intended in the original version, and it kind of came out like a glitch. But the players liked it, and it's what they want, so they put it
Most
back in.
things came out as a Kara throws were pretty much coming
They
as a
were,
glitch.
yeah.
Roll cancels came out as a glitch.
Right.
All right. So probably we'll make this the last question, if anything. Third Strike Online. You're gonna buy it, I'm assuming, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'll buy probably 2 copies.
How much time are you gonna spend in Third Strike after Third Strike Online drops? That's a tough question.
I don't really plan on playing it very much, but GGPO is an amazing thing.
Absolutely, completely agree. The only problems I have with GGPO in terms of what's available right now, from what I've heard, it's not an issue with GGPO itself. It's an issue with the actual game or the emulation system.
It's the implementation in the emulator.
So it's not really GGPO's fault. So I think we're going to have a really great online experience here. I don't think it'll be that amazing. It'll be close enough, though. And not to shit on the PS2 version. The PS2 version, it's pretty good. It's a very good representation of it. So thanks a lot for your time.
Dude.
Qualified winners, Pool 5. All right.
Third Strike Online, GGPO,
Well, this guy for a long time.
Marvin Wang.
Marvin Wang. All right. Thanks a lot, Ski.
I hope you really liked that interview there. That Marvin Wang thing you said is an inside joke we've had for a couple of years. My name's not actually Marvin Wang, it's Marvin Lee. And yeah, I mean, that's first of many interviews that I have that I'm going to release for you guys. Well, I'll give you a couple already. I'm going to have a new channel. It's Royd Plays Third Strike, or a new series, I guess, just of me playing games because I'll be bored. Because Third Strike's here, finally, online.